Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Wednesday the 23rd of April. Auckland police are condemning the offenders behind a fatal assault on a US PhD student at a bus stop on Saturday night. 33-year-old Kyle Worrell suffered serious head injuries on Meadowbanks, St John's Road. Detective Inspector Glenn Baldwin says they're still trying to work out the motive for the attack.
He did nothing wrong. He was sitting at a bus stop and it's a senseless attack, and we're determined to hold those people to account.
The government's shaking up early childhood education by simplifying regulations. A Ministry of Regulation review in December judged current rules outdated. Jamie Cunningham reports.
Cabinet's agreed to adopt 15 recommendations for modernising regulations across ECE. Minister in charge David Seymour says by the end of the year, providers will be governed by a system that ensures regulations focus on child safety. He says they're also changing licensing criteria so less centres can be shut down with little to no notice.
The Prime Minister's adjusting his Europe travel schedule to attend the Pope's funeral on Saturday. He'll travel on to Rome after wrapping up meetings in London and attending Anzac Day services in Gallipoli. The Vatican's confirmed the 88-year-old's funeral will take place outside St Peter's Basilica from about 8 p.m. New Zealand time on Saturday. Chris Luxon says he'll remember the Pope for his commitment to the vulnerable and the way he connected with everyday people.
I personally think, he's the person I admired tremendously. Great compassion, tremendous humbleness and humility.
Donald Trump's tariffs are now expected to cause an economic slowdown around the world, including in New Zealand's two largest export markets. The International Monetary Fund has slashed its global growth forecasts. It says the hardest hit advanced economy will be the US, where growth's expected to be low and there's an increased risk of recession. But Westpac chief economist Kelly Eckold says China will also feel the impact.
They've marked the Chinese growth forecast down about 0.5% or so as well. 4% for this year, 4% for next year.
Good news for Northlanders as the government settles on the Northern Expressway option. The new route will run from Warkworth and be built over the Brynderwen Hills east of the current route, then through Whangarei. The road across the Brynderwens has suffered continued closures since 2023's severe weather. Regional Council Transport Committee Chair Joe Carr says the four-lane expressway will make a big difference.
This is absolutely critical to Northern getting this section of road done. You've got Dome Valley and you've got the Brynderwens, the two vulnerable sections of road that are a real worry.
To sport, Black Ferns coach Alan Bunting has named 49 players for a training camp next week in Wellington as he casts the net wide in World Cup year. An impressive fight-back win from Kiwi tennis player Lulu Sun in the first round of the Madrid Tennis Open. Sun has come back from a set-down to see off Frenchwoman Varvara Gracheva 3-6, 6-1, 6-4. And Matheus Nunes has broken a deadlock to clinch a late stoppage time winner for Manchester City to snatch a 2-1 Premier League win over Aston Villa. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.